I'm 62 years old. My market is not the Justin Bieber crowd or the Taylor Swift crowd. My market is the baby boomers and millennials, the 40 to 80-year-old range. People that have lived, been married, divorced, had kids, grandkids. They're going to the doctor more. They're retired now. They have 2 pair of glasses and so on and so forth. That's my market. My songs speak to that market. Please come bail me out, I don't want to be here no more. It's a lot of fun seeing people enjoy the music that you write. It's very rewarding that people really react well to the music. So I love being a creative artist and writing songs and singing them and performing them. I have all kinds of songs in my library from funny songs, Please Come Bail Me Out, Mama Cut Your Toenails, You're Tearing Up the Sheets. I've got love songs, Deep Blue Eyes, I Will Wait For You. I've got songs about getting older called Tyranny of the Reign of Time, Time is the Fire in Which We Burn, things like that. So one of my songs, Mama Cut Your Toenails, You're Tearing Up the Sheets, that hook actually came from a joke a drummer that my father played with told, and I remembered it to this day, and I wrote a song around it. Other songs I've written, like Deep Blue Eyes, I have an idea for a hook, and sometimes the words come to me, and I develop the words and add the music later. In some cases, I've got an idea for a really nice lick, and I'll develop a musical theme, and then I'll write words to fit the theme. So, and once in a rare blue moon, I'll get the idea for the words and the music concurrently, and it'll come together all at the same time. In most cases, writing songs is a long, laborious process that involves editing and editing and editing. And you write and you write and you write and you rewrite. And I do most of my songs on a yellow pad, and then when I get them to put them on a computer and I've got it printed out, then I can move things around with the story. I like to tell stories in my songs that we have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it says something. For me, I'm most creative. I'm nocturnal in the night. I'm not very creative in the morning. It's a process that we go through, and some of my songs I've been working on a year, others I got them done in a couple days. I keep learning how to do it better and better and better. I've invested in a very state-of-the-art studio here. Now, the beauty of in my own studio, where I'm playing in a studio that's 500 to 1,000 plus an hour, here if I make a mistake, it's my studio and I'm the producer. So if I make a mistake, I'm not worried about it because I can go back and recut it. So we do that all the time. Now, my normal process is to record with some digital drum tracks from BFD, one of those song programs. And I'll have electronic drums, and I'll kick left-hand bass, and I'll play some keyboards, and I'll have the basic crux of the song. Then, once I have the song exactly the way I want it, intro, verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, outtake, in terms of structure the way I want it, and I've got the rough tracks cut. And then I will bring in the musicians. My drummer will set up here in the living room. My bass player will be sitting here on the star. My engineer will be sitting here running the board. The drummer and bass player I have are very good. They play together. They really sync well as a rhythm unit. So that gets the foundation of the song, the bass and the drums. Then I'll add keyboard tracks, and then I'll come back and add whatever flavor I need, be it some strings or some French horns or some digital oohs and ahs and so on. Recently I had what I consider the best harmonica player in a several state area, Bradley Parks, come, and he cut some viciously wonderful harmonica tracks, just beautiful stuff. A couple weeks ago I had a gentleman by the name of Omar Porter came in. He's a percussionist. He did a great job with congas and timbales and that sort of thing. So basically, in terms of structure, how we're doing is we're baking a cake on several levels. We have our foundation drum and bass, then we add the brick and mortar, the keyboard players and the guitar parts and the string parts, and then at the top we add the vocals and the harmony part. So it's basically like developing a multi-level cake. We're just laying layer, 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 layer. Some of my songs have 30, 31, 32 tracks of music going on, so it's really thick and lush. In most cases, I will record a scratch track, and usually it's me singing with the keyboard. Please come bail me out. In many cases, I have to think through ahead of time. And before I get to a part, I have to come up here and change the setting to get this to sound what I want to do. And if the song is going to change again at another time in the song, I've got to find a spot when I'm playing the song to come up here and hit another button and change settings, or move over here and hit a lick. So as a performance artist, most keyboard players are stuck behind the keyboard. Now, there are some keyboard players that play guitars that are basically keyboards that basically have a strap on them. Now this is my Zen Riffer. This was custom made for me by a gentleman in California, Charles Tintindo. It's custom made, there's not another one like it in the world. And it has this nice foot in it, so it gives this kind of this upright bass line. And what's neat about it is in performance situations, I can take the foot off, and then, here we go like a guitar player. So now I can go out in the audience and play and have fun and show off. This is very interesting. It's 3 octaves. With these 2 buttons here, I can go down an octave or up an octave, and I can play the entire 88 keyboard. This button is a sustain, like you hit the sustain button on a piano. This is a vibrato roller, and this is a pitch bend. So with that, you can get a lot of expressions. Because everything is digital now, my engineer takes it back to his home studio and then mixes it down and adds all the effects, reverb delay, a slap delay, which is that sort of thing. And then we have the final master. Recording is an awful lot of fun. It's kind of a dichotomy. It's exhilarating and it's draining. When you are having to concentrate so hard for long periods of sustained periods, interestingly enough, you're really mentally drained. So it's exciting and it's exhilarating, and it wears you out. When we get done, we're going to have these songs put together and available on iTunes and a couple other places. When my video comes out, the process is to have the video and the album come out simultaneously. In a perfect world, the video goes viral. It drives people to iTunes to buy the music. So that is where we're going with my career.